This is Taylor Edrington reporting live on May 31st. This is the last day of the month. We're about in June, which means great fishing for the South Park reservoirs. Antero, Spinney, and 11 Mile will really be firing up here in the next couple of weeks. We've got, Calabatus to look forward to, but right now, currently, in the last couple of days, our guides have been doing very well on chironomids, a lot of adult chironomids, and just kind of swimming chironomids underneath the surface in both Antero and Spinney. Streamers are very consistent right now, smaller olive seal leeches, stuff like that. Logistically, on Spinney, we're looking at only the north ramp open, so be very careful when you're taking out of Spinney. If there's any wind, make sure you're careful because that north ramp can be kind of torrential in the wind. Antero, ramps are open. Look for Antero to drop considerably over the next month. They are bringing levels down to kind of facilitate some research and work on the dam there. And, really look at 11 Mile to come online here in the next 2 or 3 weeks with a lot of different activity there. We look, kind of into the future in the next 2 weeks for the Calabatus to really start popping. When that happens, those two reservoirs, Antero and Spinney, really a focus on Spinney, they will really, start to fire on all cylinders at that point in time. As soon as the weed beds start to really grow and we see a little more oxygenation in the water column, then we'll see those Calabatus really start to become active, as well as the damsels following the Calabatus. So in the next 1 or 2 weeks, you want to focus on chironomids and attractor nymphs, small hare's ears, beaded and non-beaded, smaller streamers, and like I said, chironomids and Calabatus here in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And really just look for it to get better and better through June and early July. If you've never experienced these reservoirs from an elevated boat, whether it's a bass boat or one of our powered drift boats, or etc. Please take us up on a guided trip. I mean, that is the most, incredible way to learn the reservoir and to actually get around and see a lot of different areas. So that is a great opportunity for all of you. And, real quick, let's go through some key patterns for Antero and Spinney in the next couple of weeks. Number one, I said chironomid. We tie an ice cream cone chironomid in a red with a peacock hackle, thorax, and, just a tremendous pattern. Make sure that you focus on that peacock thorax. That is the gill raker of the midge, and chironomids are really set apart by that giant gill raker. The red and olive going to be your key colors with the chironomids. Little attractor nymphs, like I said, hare's ears are great in a size 16, 14. One of the key patterns that I found that really produces on the reservoirs is a 2-bit hooker and a red. This is an 18. Sometimes I go a little smaller just to differentiate myself from the naturals in the water. But this is, again, a key attractor nymph for these reservoirs. 2-bit hooker, nice heavy weighted double tungsten bead. Just a great pattern. Like I said, seal leeches mimic a lot of different things in the reservoirs. Whether it's a damsel fly nymph or a baby trout or bait fish type, these seal leeches are going to be excellent throughout the summer months. And then last but not least, like I said, Calabatus, they're going to be ready to pop. You want to have your adults, you want to have your nymph, pattern, but the most incredible calabatus pattern I've ever fished, tied by Larry Kingery, the um, ostrich calabatus, just an incredible pattern. So don't be afraid to come in and talk to us about calabatus. We have a tremendous selection of both calabatus and damselflies for spinny and antero both. So, spinny and antero will be great, the next month through July. When it gets really hot there, it gets tough. But if you go early in the morning and kind of get back on the reservoir later in the afternoon, that's going to be real beneficial for you. Be careful of the wind. Like I said, if there are windy conditions forecast, then you really need to be careful of that. And other than that, we really look to have a great season in the reservoirs there. And please keep updated and make sure to watch these video reports. I will update when anything new changes or any variables change on the reservoirs. And please, if you've never taken a guided trip on a powerboat or a powered drift boat on the reservoir, give us a call. I mean, a tremendous opportunity to get out there. If you have any questions about how the South Park reservoirs are fishing, please feel free to call us at 719-269-3474 or email me directly at taylor@royalgorgeanglers.com. Thank you for listening, and hope you have a great day on the water. Thanks so much.